Big breaking news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. It's a big times now impact. The administration in Jammu and Kashmir has declared the Roshni Act null and void. This means that the entire land that was regularized in the state under this particular act is going to be retrieved by the government. A 6-month deadline has been set. Pradeep Datta, senior editor, is now joining us for more on this. Now, Pradeep, on the 12th of October is when Times Now here exposed the scam that was underway in Jammu and Kashmir to alter the demography of the erstwhile state, now a union territory. The fact that only one community benefited from this particular land allotment act, that act today stands null and void.
Yes, it's a very big development and a very big impact because we carried this story on 1st of October, you rightly said, because Roshni scam is considered to be mother of all scam, which amounts to about 25,000 crores. And we have seen that over the period of time, about 20 lakh canals of land has been encroached upon by the people. That's the state land that has been encroached upon by the people in Jammu and Kashmir. What had happened that under the Roshni scheme that was brought by Farooq Abdullah in 2001, they decided that the land will be regularized and whatever money will be generated out of it, the encroached land will be recognized, money will be generated to use for the construction of hydroelectric projects so that they can generate electricity for the people here in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So that's why it was called the Roshni. But what really happened that over the period of time, influential people like politicians, bureaucrats, police personnel, and some of the businessmen, they got heavy rebate for regularization of land, and price of the land was something else, but they got it at throwaway prices. So that led to a biggest ever scam. Already the petition was filed in this case in the High Court, and finally High Court had ordered that there should be a CBI probe. But now what the state government, this Union Territory government has done, Lieutenant Governor's order has been clear, which as per which it has been made null and void. All that land that has been regularized will be retrieved. And third is that all the beneficiaries, they will be identified within a period of 1 month, which includes the politicians, bureaucrats, hoteliers, businessmen, and police personnel.
Right.
And their name will be put on the website. That means their name will also be identified, put on the website, so that the people should know who are these beneficiaries who had been benefited because of this, who had been benefited because of this scheme, which was amended from time to time. First, it was amended by the Mufti Mohammad Saeed, then Chief Minister, then later on by Ghulam Nabi Azad, who was the Chief Minister at that point of time.
Right, absolutely. It's a big development there coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. Stay with us, Pradeep. Let's listen in to some reactions coming in.
As a petitioner in the Roshni scam and also in the petition seeking declaration of the Roshni Act as unconstitutional, I welcome the decision of the government to implement the judgment in a time-bound manner. The government has said that within 6 months, all lands allotted under the Roshni Act will be retrieved. In fact, the other state lands will also be retrieved in the due course of time, and I seriously welcome the decision of the government. This decision of the government will pave a long way in reversing the demographic invasion of Jammu that has been unleashed against Jammu through legislative modes like Roshni Act, through executive routes like the 14th February 2018 order of Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti, illegal settlements of illegal immigrants, Rohingyas and Bangladeshis, unabated capture of forest lands, state lands, public lands, riverbeds of Jammu with the state connivance by members of the particular community.
Breaking news coming in. Times Now has learned that the National Conference was also one of the beneficiaries as far as this Roshni Act goes. The land where NC's headquarters is now situated is also land that was allocated under this particular scheme. The building also has a shopping complex, is what we're given to understand. Commercial interests are also now in play. Sohail Sahran, my colleague, now joins us for more on this. Sohail, that's a big development there coming in, a big setback for the National Conference there.
Well, Poonam, so far as this Roshni scam is concerned, yes, all the deputy commissioners in Jammu and Kashmir have been told to file the details of the properties and, all those buildings where which come under this scam, because there are, many persons, politicians, bureaucrats, they got their land regularized under Roshni Act, and now this has been termed as unconstitutional by Jammu and Kashmir High Court, and the government has also adopted this act. So yes, the case of National Conference is concerned. Their office, which is called as the Nawai Suk in Srinagar, and the land where the office is constructed was also regularized under the same act. And yes, when it comes to the investigation and the adaptation of the High Court judgment, yeah, so they are already under scanner, and there are many other properties of national conference that will be looked into by the government. So the deputy commissioners of across Jammu and Kashmir have been given the directions to to put the details of the properties as well as the buildings and lands that have been taken by politicians, bureaucrats across Jammu and Kashmir. So far as Kashmir region is concerned, there are a lot of properties that have been, a lot of land that has been taken by politicians, and that is similar in Jammu region as well.
Right.
So there's a 1 month. In 1 month, the details will be put on the website. It will be with all the with the two divisional commissioners, with the Kashmir divisional commissioner of Kashmir as well as Jammu. So we will have to see, as in 1 month, there will be full details of this scam, as how many politicians and bureaucrats in Jammu and Kashmir have illegally got their land regularized under Roshni scam,
Right.
which has been turned unconstitutional.
Absolutely,
by
that
High Court
illegality is under the question now. It was the CBI, the CAG report, in fact, that had highlighted, Sohail, this entire discrepancy and how probably only one community in Jammu and Kashmir had over the years benefited from this particular scheme.
See, CAG had said it long time back about that there is misappropriation, because Roshni was given the name to get the money and for the power generation. And unfortunately, what happened, that goal was never achieved by the erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir. So yes, there have been cases of, recently there have been petitions by many lawyers in Jammu and Kashmir that there's embezzlement and then there's misappropriation of funds. Many people got their lands, they got registered it illegally. So that case was there, and the case has been also handed over to CBI for investigation, as how
Right.
Influential people got the land regularized under the same act. So in the coming month, yes, as long as when the reports are filed by the deputy commissioners, we will get to know exactly who has taken what and how this land was taken, and CBI probe.
Absolutely, all of that is going to come out. It's just a matter of time. 6 months deadline has also been set to ensure that all of these discrepancies are deregulated, so to say. Stay with us. There's more breaking news coming in, Sohail. It's not just the National Conference as a political party that benefited from this particular scheme, but it's also the family of the Abdullahs that are now going to be under the scanner. Sohail, we're given to understand that Farooq Abdullah's sister also is one of the beneficiaries.
Yes, absolutely right. You are right, Poonam. She is one of the beneficiaries on, actually the paper we have that also shows that she also got regularized the land under the same Roshni Act. So yes, there are a couple of, she's not the only one politician in Kashmir Valley, since we have got the papers and certain things about her who has regularized the land under Roshni Act. But yes, there are many politicians who are under scanner, many politicians in Jammu as well, those who have been in the, in the government recently, and they too have taken the land and got it regularized under Roshni Act. But yes, the government has taken the step, and now it has said that the entire land that has got regularized under Roshni Act will be retrieved within 6 months. And yes, the Revenue Department has to work a lot in the coming months.
Absolutely, they have their task cut out for the next 6 months. So, stay with us. Pradeep is also with us on this broadcast. Now, Pradeep, 6 months deadline is what has been set by the administration for the government officials to ensure that all the discrepancies that were witnessed over the years in this particular case are weeded out. Have we had any reactions coming in from either the Abdullahs or from the National Conference for that matter? Because it was on 12th of October when we here on Times Now exposed this particular scam. Then the High Court also called it unconstitutional, struck it down, and now this big decision coming in.
See, ever since we have exposed this scam, in fact, the debate has been going on in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Some people had been against this thing, that some people have been saying it is only the high and influential people who had got the benefits. But yes, people are discussing about this thing. But so far as the national conference is concerned, no reaction has come from this side, because it's not only the beneficiary had been national conference. It has also been, in fact, the office of the Congress is also under scanner. The Khidmat Trust office that has come up in Kashmir Valley, it has got 7 canals of land, which was given on a throwaway price. The actual cost that was in fact decided that point of time was 8.5 crore, but they got that land for only 96 lakhs. So then there's a case of the Suraya Abdullah also. Then there is a former finance minister who had been in the PDP government, Hasib Drabu, and his family. Then there is a Dilshada, who is a sister of the Bollywood star Feroz Khan, and considered to be a close family friend of Abdullah's. She's married in Kashmir Valley, and her daughters. So there are many people who had benefited out of this Roshni scheme. That was one of the reasons that from time to time this Roshni scheme had been amended. But once the CBI will be investigating into the matter, the things will get clear. Why this thing happened, who was the one who had been helping those people out. But so far as the petitioner here in Jammu is concerned, he sees this as a very big impact development. One of the petitioners, he feels that this is also going to stall that demographic change where certain people were trying to bring in through legislation, because they thought that this was used as one of the tools to change the demography of the Jammu region.
Right,
So
all of that came under the scanner when the High Court heard the case. They struck it down. It is unconstitutional is what the High Court said. It's, of course, a big times now impact here. Now, 6 months, in the next 6 months, is when the administration has to ensure that all is set right. For the moment, Pradeep Datta and Sohal, thank you so much for joining us with that update. With that, we're slipping into a very quick break here on this edition of the Morning Show. But news and updates continue. Do stay with us.